On deck, we got Skippy Sprinkles coming to stage with us. Jacob, I'm on, everybody.
You ever notice that, like, the only places where you can respond to that "How are you doing?" with "Woo" is like live venues. Like, try that at work next time. Boss comes up to you, "Hey man, how are you doing today?" If you have a nice boss and he asks, and just yell it, "Woo! I'm having a great time." I thought that was funny. Does anybody here celebrate 420, April 20th? Yeah. So we got a couple Columbine supporters in here. That's great. I don't know why y'all take that stance. But I think there is a connection between Columbine and weed. And that's to say that at least a couple lives were saved by weed on that day. Because there had to be a couple of high school stoners who were sitting there like, "We're totally gonna ditch class today. We totally gotta go smoke some fucking weed. It's 420, bro. We can't miss that date." So they leave, they sneak out maybe first period before everything goes down. They go, they get the best dirt weed that they could possibly get their hands on, and they go smoke it, maybe they go get some snacks or something. But can you imagine the sheer paranoia coming back and seeing your school like that while you're just stoned as you could possibly try to be as a high schooler? They're coming around the corner, they're seeing all the cops and all the FBI, and they're thinking, shit, they fucking know. They fucking know, dude. Our parents found out, they called everyone. They called everybody. It's a scare tactic, man. I just never say we never did anything for you. I've been single for a while, but I think it's because I'm looking for the kind of love that only a anti-soldier diabetic can get from a vending machine. I gotta imagine it's like, those are like the prostitutes of that world. It's a very niche community, but they gotta look at it and be like, every time, gives me what I want, it's pretty cheap, I don't have to work for it that hard, I don't have to be on my A game for this, I just go up, it's a simple transaction. If it doesn't work, you swap around with it, but there's no felony offense. I imagine that Jesus probably never had the time to get married, but if he did, I imagine he would also get a divorce because he seems like he's on bigger and bigger things than being married. And I imagine that splitting up the belongings between each other was probably the most interesting part of that divorce process. Because I can't imagine, though the wife is very happy about this whole situation, she's sitting there going, you know, he's always out all the time with his apostles, I can never get him home anymore, you can't hand him a glass of water, it's always wine. He's an alcoholic and he yells at him. You wouldn't expect that for Jesus, you would think he had humility. But they go through and they split up everything, you know. Jesus gets the couch, maybe the TV because he uses it more. And his wife thinks that she's getting the better end of this bargain, but Jesus has got one thing up his sleeve. He's sitting there and he's thinking, which half of the cross is this bitch gonna get? Somebody's gotta bear it. I live out in the middle of the woods, and I don't know if it looks like I do or if I don't. But I've been pretty anti-gun my whole life. They just scare me. I don't like them. Stay away from them. But because of where I live, bears are like a real thing. And like never in my life, up to this short 22 years I've been on here, did I ever think that bears were going to be a legitimate concern in my life. Like, I'm from Southern California, so like usually bears that I have to worry about are in leather thongs and on roller skates. Which is intimidating at times, but it's usually you can just pass by. But so I had to invest in a gun. It's a small gun. I don't like it. I keep it in the corner and I don't think about it. But the thing that mainly concerned me about guns is all this propaganda about how guns kill people. Because this whole time I thought that humans controlled guns, but apparently these things are just sentient and they're going around and they're just shooting people. And like up until that point, I had never thought about it, but gun safes make so much sense. You would want to lock that motherfucker up. I don't want that thing in there. If it's just gonna float through the house and take down my whole family, I'm gonna win.